2027 elections, you will struggle to get 2% of votes in FCT. APC tells Tinubu. I'm sure this issue of, Wike's behavior in FCT and all of that things has, it's ringing bell. And this is a move to make sure they sack Wike. I need they sack Wike in FCT, and meanwhile in River State, he's having trouble with the current governor. Then it's finished. So Tinubu is now being warned ahead of time that with the behavior of his own minister in FCT, it's not going to be easy for him. And wow. So let's see exactly the kind of warning that Tinubu is getting here from APC group in FCT. The leadership of the All Progressive Congress APC in the Federal Capital Territory FCT has said President Bola Tinubu will struggle to get 2% vote in the 2027 presidential election in FCT if he fails to stop the minister Nyesom Wike from killing the party in the territory. Oh boy. So this is a very big warning, like I said, about the behavior of Wike in FCT. This is serious. They also said the party may lose the next area council election if the situation remains this way, claiming that the minister is killing the political structure of the APC in FCT due to his lack of regard for the party and its leadership. Baga. So just like the way he became an emperor in Rivers State and started fighting the governor of Rivers State, saying that the Rivers State governor is destroying the structure of PDP, they are not telling him that he's also destroying the structure of APC in FCT. I tell you that Wike is a snake, he's a chameleon. It's going to be very difficult to trust him completely. I'm sure by getting that role, he's already putting his own foundation. He's laying his own foundation, and he's going to tell APC that he laid that foundation in APC, in FCT, and they can't destroy it. I'm telling you, Wike is going to fight with APC the way he's fighting with the PDP. And with the way the reports that are coming out concerning him, he's going to be distrusted completely. And I'm telling you, probably I started digging his political grave unknown to him. So the party leader stated this at the press conference in Abuja, decrying the disregard of the APC members in FCT in recent appointments made by Wike. Okay, so he's making an appointment in FCT, but he's not giving it to the key APC people. That is what I'm saying here. So, but again, it's an FCT minister. It's not APC minister. Okay, so you can't do everything for APC, leaving other people out. But the thing here is that Wike will set up his own structure the way he did in Rivers State. I'm telling you the truth. So all these people that are complaining, I never said anything yet. Okay. So the APC chieftains, led by convener Comrade Abdul Wahab Ekeyinde and co-convener David Omobolaji Obaje, said the minister, since assuming office, has refused to sit with the leadership of the party, even though the party has written him a series of letters for him to grant the party audience, but all to no avail. Recall that Wike, a PDP member, was appointed FCT minister by President Tinubu, the leader of the APC. Ekeyinde, however, said the leadership and entire members of the APC family in FCT in unison reject in very strong terms the continuous lopsided appointments, abandonment, and total disregard for the APC in FCT by the minister. Okay. So he added, we call on Mr. President, who is the Governor General, to all the ministers to call the minister to order so that he can retrace his steps and start empowering the party, or else the party will struggle to get 2% for the president in the 2027 election and may lose the next area council election if the situation remains this way. Oh boy. So he added, as we all know, the president is the Governor General of the Federal Capital Territory FCT, but delegates his power to a minister. And today, Barrister Nyesom Wike is standing in for the president as Honorable Minister of the FCT. So you will also recall some months back when the Honorable Minister, Barrister Nyesom Wike, was quoted to have said that nobody can take over or kill his political structure in Rivers State. So why is he now killing the president's political structure in FCT? Oh boy, I tell you that they will make reference to that Rivers State matter. So the reason why the APC in the FCT always lost election is because the ministers always import strangers who do not belong to any political ward, polling unit, or have voting right stroke influence in the FCT as appointees of government. But when it is time for general election, they will all pack their baggages and travel to their various states, thereby leaving the FCT dry, without empowering its leaders and followers. So how do they expect the party to win elections? That is the question now. So why the party has not been winning election in FCT is because every minister will bring people from his own state to come and do the ministerial work. And when it is time to vote, they will all leave the FCT and go back to their own individual places and states to go and vote. And that is why the FCT has been dry and it will be difficult for them to win FCT. So this is a very serious warning. And I tell you, Wike will definitely bring his own people to work with him in that state. That's one part. Second part is that FCT is almost like no man's land, even though we have the Abuja people or the key people that are indigenous of Abuja. But the FCT as a federal capital territory belongs to all the 36 states of Nigeria. And so no one tribe or no one group will claim ownership of a government, of governing the city or governing the FCT. That is it. So with the warning they're giving Tinubu now, what is Tinubu going to do? Is he going to now sack Wike or is he going to call him to order? Though they're telling him to call Wike to order, will Wike listen? Because Wike, I know, is putting his political structure. And most of the structure is going to put, they are not going to be structures that will dialogue. There is going to be structure that will rig election with violence for Tinubu when the time comes. And he must have convinced Tinubu that the structure is putting in place is an indomitable structure that will make sure he wins, whether they vote him or not. That is exactly what I think Wike is going to do. I see that Wike is in Abuja to replicate for Tinubu what he did in the 2023 election in Port Harcourt for presidential election. That is exactly why they gave him that place. Tinubu is not happy losing Lagos and losing FCT. Okay, and so that is why they have put Wike there in FCT to make sure he doesn't lose it next time. And not losing it is not going to be by making sure he wins the people's vote, but by making sure it's properly rigged for him. That is the kind of structure they understand how to put in place. So now the APC is crying. APC has been crying in Rivers State that Wike has taken over the party. Now APC is crying in Abuja that Wike has taken over everything and it's not allowing the party to breathe. So with all of these, I tell you, do we say Wike is beginning to dig its political grave, or do we say what he's doing is right? And how will Mr. President react to it? Those are questions that needs to be answered. There are a few responses here or comments in the comment section. Somebody said, is it Abuja that will make him president? He lost in Abuja in the last election and even in Lagos, and yet he won generally. So what are you saying now? That whether he wins Abuja or not, that will not affect him winning the election in 2027. Is that what you're trying to say? I can't believe that is what is coming from somebody here. And some say, BO, don't mind them. We all know that the percentage was not necessary for him to be declared winner. Okay? The number of vote count, it didn't count now. It didn't count. And somebody says, so you are supporting the evils APC government have brought upon Nigerians. So to you, Mr. Tinubu won the election in your dream, Abi. Enjoy this government. Not be smart, enjoy the government. He rigged himself to power with the assistance of INEC. Which election did Tinubu win? Riggers. That's exactly what we're saying. He didn't win any election. So threatening whether he will win FCT or not. After all, he became president without winning FCT this time, and they still gave it to him. Both the judiciary and the INEC and the law enforcement agent connived and gave it to him. So what are we talking about? Somebody's writing here, he rigged generally. That man came fourth behind Kokwanso third, Atiku second, while His Excellency Peter Obi first. Tinubu is a grabber and a snatcher. He said so himself. So don't ever repeat it that he won. Lori Broku. Can you imagine? They don't thought themselves there. Eh? All right. So the problem with you guys is that you fail to learn from history because you don't threaten Tinubu. You guys should continue the dialogue and advocacy with the minister and the party leader and never resort to threats because Asiwaju is not your mate in politics. He's the grandfather of them all. Best of luck. Can you imagine what this one is saying? Okay, wait for 2027. It is in the hands of God, the Almighty. So that is exactly what is coming from FCT, warning for Tinubu against the behavior of Wike in FCT.